What did you say?
I said I hate niggers.
What's wrong?
Put me on Facebook.
Black
lives don't matter.
Okay.
Nigger.
Anything else?
Blacks should be slaves.
Okay.
Give me back my grandparents' property that might have been your fucking ancestors.
What's your name?
My name is Barry Wardell.
What do you do for a living?
I cook. I'm a chef. And I hang niggers on the weekend.
No, I need to move, man, because I promise you won't get it. I'm gonna hurt you.
Do what the fuck you finna fucking do.
Do something.
Cause you don't wanna watch
So
your fucking
now
daughter.
you got your girl right there. Now do something. Now do something.
Fuck
Now
wrong
do
with
something,
you?
nigga.
You don't
Now do
want
something. Now you got your audience. No, please stay. Please stay. I got every right to beat his ass right now. And he's drunk. And he's drunk.
Go
now
ahead.
do something.
Do what the fuck you wanna do, motherfucker. You scared as fuck.
Do something, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? I told your bitch ass, nigga. I told your bitch ass, nigga. Now your bitch ass knocked out. Fuck you talking about, nigga? I told your ass, nigga. My kids right here, bitch. Fuck you talking about? And your woman right here, nigga. No, I told you.
And your friends to respect this fucking neighborhood.
Fuck
your
neighborhood,
bitch. Fuck. What's up?
Umbrella. She's up. Whole nother level of shit you can't even understand.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another episode of The Forecast. Now, we always talk about staying on code, but we have to start understanding what it means to be on code. First of all, we have to start understanding that we are at war. We didn't start this war, but it's nothing wrong with defending yourself. Staying on code means self-love, because when you love yourself, you'll love the people that look like you, and you'll elevate that culture. And more importantly, we'll be willing to defend each other. Now, the one and only thing the dominant society learned how to do that we haven't is put aside their tribal differences when it comes to us. But believe me, nobody else will do that. A white Christian would not side with a black Christian over a white Jewish person, over a white Muslim, or a white atheist. And in order to get out of this position that we are in, we're going to have to learn how to put aside our tribal differences and learn how to put ourselves first, support ourselves first, protect ourselves. And the biggest part of the war is who keeps who divided, especially between black men and black women. They understand how important a family structure is. Family is the root of a community, which grows into a nation. So if they can keep us separated, then our children have far less hope. And just speaking as a black man, and to address our issues, we at least have to try to meet them halfway. Because we got to understand, if we build a nation, black women will be right there. But for our part, we also have to try to understand where they're coming from. If you allow your woman to be subject to a system of terror, at some point they're going to feel some type of way. And we can't keep making excuses not to defend them. And all the things that we picked up living in this kind of society, one thing we have to pick up is learning how to protect each other. And it doesn't matter what a white woman does. When it comes to one of us, he is going to get on code and have her back regardless. And he's going to try to protect her. And if something happens to a sister, we have to respond more urgent than they do, because we have to get out of the position that we're in. They have to know that it's consequences when they mess with us. Because if they don't, they're going to continue to terrorize. In Connecticut, a sister, Crystal Caldwell, who worked at a hotel, was attacked by this racist white couple. Now let's see how this sister ended up getting attacked.
All right, so just to let people know, this is a silent video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk over it for quite a bit to give you a little bit of information here. Again, this is a silent video, and no, I am not muting the audio. Since the attack, Strafasi said members of Cadwell's family have received several messages on Facebook from the alleged attackers, repeatedly calling them monkeys and saying, "You are low-life black person whose life doesn't matter." Strafasi said he, Cadwell and members of her family met again with Stonington police Thursday morning and provided police with copies of the messages. Cadwell has said that the couple called her an old monkey and told her, Black Lives Matter. Your life doesn't matter. You don't deserve to be on this earth, while beating her. There is no audio with the video. Cadwell suffered a concussion, a swollen face, and a badly injured right eye, along with injuries to her wrist, ribs, and back. The attorney for Cadwell told News 8 that the couple sought out his client on social media and during their ride back to the hotel sent her a threatening racist message. Part of the message allegedly sent by the couple to Cadwell, including the following: We are speaking to the cops. They are coming to make a report about you monkeys again. Don't get shot. Enjoy your ghetto news.
It all went down Friday morning here inside the Quality Inn in Mystic when the front desk attendant said she took a call from an irate guest.
Friday, I was assaulted by two individuals, one female, one male.
Crystal Caldwell said she took a call at the front desk from a guest who said he and his wife had issues with the hot water in their room.
The only gripe that they could have had with me is when they were swearing at me on the phone at the front desk, I just simply hung up.
So she claims the guests came to the front desk to speak to the general manager.
And he saw me and he ran down and they assaulted me.
They, meaning a man and his female partner, both white, perhaps in their late 20s or early 30s, allegedly also directing racial slurs at her.
I was called a monkey. I was told that I wasn't worthy of being on this planet.
No arrests were made at that point, and Stonington police say they called Lawrence and Memorial Hospital to check on the male suspect. At that point, they were told police couldn't come in because of the COVID-19 crisis. That evening, police say the couple got a ride back to the Quality Inn, checked out, and returned home to New York. And Caldwell says her son and daughter-in-law were messaged by the alleged suspects on Facebook numerous times over the weekend, including one in which the female said the alleged victim's story is twisted and that, quote, we approached the cops. We are still speaking to the cops. They're coming to make a report about you monkeys again.
And the officer assured me that they would be arrested. And they weren't.
Stonington police say they are working on arrest warrant applications and will execute those when they have all of the charges in place.
Now, this sister was just minding her own business, working at the front desk, when this white boy, Philip Sarner, called down from his room because he didn't have no hot water. So then they ended up getting into an argument on the phone, and the sister just hung up on him because this white boy started talking about my girlfriend is going to kick your ass. But even still, she was trying to help him get the problem fixed. But then this white boy and his girl, Emily Orbay, came down to the front desk all aggressive. Now, out of all the employees that was just standing right there, they picked the one black woman to start trouble with. This thug started yelling racial slurs, and then he reached across the desk and started punching her. And then this white couple just started beating up this sister. And her white coworkers who was standing right there didn't even try to help her. Now keep in mind, when it's a white woman, even if she caught stealing or something, if a black man try to hold her or any kind of altercation happens, look how quick somebody steps in. You can see it in all the videos with these so-called Karens. But this sister coworkers was standing right there while this white boy was beating her up. And you already know that white girl was not going to go one-on-one with that sister. Now, this sister did manage to get away, and she went to a back room to get herself together. And then when she was about to go get her stuff and leave, this white couple ran up on her again. And they beat this sister up until her coworker slowly came over there to try to break it up. And then after all that, this white couple just left and drove away with no issues. Nobody tried to stop them.
The victim of a racist attack in Mystic says she wants justice. A black woman says she was attacked while working at a Quality Inn last Friday, and no one has been arrested or charged.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Johnson sat down with the woman and her lawyer to discuss this horrifying incident. She is joining us now from the digital desk with all the details. Sharon.
Well, that woman is 59-year-old Crystal Boyd of Groton. She says she's in a lot of mental and physical pain, but she's willing to speak out for change.
I haven't slept, but it's hard to sleep. I keep seeing the event.
The nightmare started for 59-year-old Crystal Boyd at the Quality Inn on Route 27, where she works at the front desk. A man staying at the hotel called to complain about his hot water not working, and Boyd says he got irate on the phone. Boyd says she and her 2 co-workers quickly resolved the issue, but the man, who was white, came down to the front desk and started attacking her in front of several people. She says no one jumped in to help.
A monkey, and you don't belong here, and kicking me.
But that wasn't the end of the attack. Boyd says while recovering in a back room, a second attack happened when she tried to venture into the hall to find her belongings. She says she was punched, kicked, and stomped by the man and his girlfriend. While this was happening, Boyd says they were hurling racial slurs.
You hate my skin so bad that you physically touched me.
The attack so brutal, Boyd says she's working with a knee specialist, an eye specialist, and a therapist for PTSD. Boyd and her lawyer, John Strafaci, say the Stonington Police Department's response was disappointing. Captain Todd Olson says the suspects were taken to a separate hospital that night, treated, and released. He says they returned back to the hotel and drove back home to New York. Boyd and Strafaci want to know why the couple wasn't arrested after police viewed the surveillance footage that night.
And we should be able to rely on the police to protect us. And when something like that happens, they need to do their jobs.
Captain Olson tells Eyewitness News they're composing an arrest warrant tonight for the man and says there will be some sort of assault charge. He says they're also considering a warrant for the woman as well. Boyd says she's angry that her attackers aren't behind bars yet while she suffers.
This has totally wiped out all the things that I was focusing on in my life. I can't focus on any of the things that I was thinking about last Monday.
But moving forward, she says she plans on working with groups like Black Lives Matter to address racism.
I feel like it's enough. It's enough. So Connecticut needs to stand up. Ned Lamont, we need you to let them know when they come in Connecticut, racism will not be tolerated in Connecticut.
And Stonington police say they're working with the state's attorney's office to file the proper charges. Boyd and her lawyer say they want to see a bias crime charge added to that list.
Now, this sister, Crystal Caldwell, ended up going to the hospital, but these thugs also went to the hospital for what, I don't know. And when the police saw the video, the sister said they promised they was going to arrest them. But when they called the hospital to check on them, and I don't know what they mean by check on them, they said the police couldn't come up there because of coronavirus. But they know how to stay on code as well, because I don't know what kind of injuries they had and how the hospital let them in but won't let the police in to arrest somebody who just committed a violent crime. And then these 2 thugs left the hospital, went back to the hotel, then checked out and went back to New York. Now that's a part of the code. Somebody let them come back, check out, and leave like it was all good after what they just did. The police didn't try to stop them. Nobody tried to stop them. They just went back to New York like nothing happened.
The video can be tough to watch. The employee, Crystal Caldwell, is standing next to a woman near the ice machine when all of a sudden a man and woman approach, the man immediately throwing a punch. Hands flying, Caldwell falls to the ground, the man continuing to kick her. Caldwell's attorney, John Strafaci, says the couple had called the front desk saying they had water issues, and Caldwell had then hung up the phone to have another employee handle it.
The only gripe that they could have had with me is when they were swearing at me on the phone at the front desk. I just simply hung up.
Minutes later, the attack took place. Caldwell and her attorney allege race played into the situation.
I was called a monkey. I was told that I wasn't worthy of being on this planet.
I think it played a part in both the original assault, and I think it played a part in the police lack of proper response. Initially, the comments that these 2 people were making, calling her a monkey and swearing at her, and they selected her. There were 3 employees who were there. Crystal was the only black employee.
Police say before they were able to talk to the couple, they were gone. Turns out they had left and gone back to New York. Now, exactly 1 week later, the couple is facing charges. Police say they applied for warrants for assault as well as racial bias charges, making it a hate crime. But only the assault warrants were granted by the state's attorney.
I spoke with the prosecutor very briefly about it. They felt that the information they had at the time wasn't sufficient.
Moving forward, Strafaci added he is confident they will bring the couple to Connecticut so they can face a judge, where he will continue to push for a racial bias charge.
Now, the police talking about they working on charges, whatever that means. But despite these thugs calling this sister monkey, using racial slurs, the white boy swung around a white woman just to hit this sister. And then after it was over, I don't know how they got this sister number, but they kept calling, leaving voicemails, calling her monkey and saying the police is gonna get you. Because obviously they understand the code. And now instead of the immediate charges we usually see, the police say they put in a request to file charges. Now the DA did file assault charges, but the racially biased charge, making it a hate crime, of course they're not going to accept that. They cannot enforce something unless it's somebody like Dylan Roof who said, no, I want to be charged. But they cannot make crimes like this a hate crime, because why? That would be going against code. They would have to admit to white supremacy. The only thing they can admit to is, yeah, there's racism out there, but white supremacy doesn't exist. And all people can be racist. But not all people are determining charges for other people. Not all people are making laws for other people. And now, not only is this white couple still not arrested or going to court, and we can only see if they ever are, but this is what staying on code looks like. And all we can do is wait on them to give us justice. But if we waiting on them, we're going to be waiting for a long time. And unless we start getting on code and putting aside our tribal differences, then the same thing is going to keep happening over and over.
Surfaced online showing a fight at a Little Rock steakhouse Saturday night. Witnesses say it all stemmed over an argument over social distancing. Our Hunter Hoagland talks with the man who got it all on camera.
I talked to Seth Cruz earlier today, who took this video you see here. He says he and his brother were enjoying dinner at Saltgrass Steakhouse when all of a sudden they heard screams coming from the bar. An argument over social distancing, turning into an all-out brawl.
All the restaurant employees, they were trying to help, and they were just in shock like the rest of us.
Seth Cruz, the one who hit record, as the steakhouse shouting match played out for all to see.
There was a lady at the bar. She was crying. All of the waiters and waitresses were just like in awe, obviously.
A police report from LRPD says an employee saw the woman in the mask tell the two they were sitting too close, while at the same time coughing on other customers. That's when the man seen here in the USA shirt got even closer.
The guy came up and was touching on his back and giving a little shove, and so he just wasn't taking it. So that's when it started.
Seth's brother Wade seen in the middle trying to keep the peace, but after the glass bottle went flying, nobody was 6 feet apart.
when punches are being thrown and words being said, you're not really thinking much.
Bruce said it took around 40 people to break up the brawl, something he says could have been prevented from the get-go.
I think if someone is just vocally telling you to stay away from them, you probably shouldn't get near them. And maybe if you don't want to get coronavirus, don't go to a restaurant.
At 10 years old, it's so much pain.
This is the moment Emily Taylor broke down and reflected on what two of her students experienced at Indian Rock Park in Berkeley. They came running to Taylor in shock after a white woman allegedly called them the N-word.
These are 4 little girls who are impacted in a summer camp by this one woman who comes by and calls them a
Taylor, the founder of Black Girls Climbing, recorded this video last week, a day after the incident. Ever since then, it's been viewed more than 12,000 times. Today, we caught up with her.
That's what systematic racism does to black people. It numbs us to those words to say, yeah, you're going to hear that again.
Still in shock, Taylor says she will continue with her mission creating opportunities for black and brown children in outdoor climbing and turning this hurtful experience into a learning opportunity to help the younger black generation of climbers.
I tap in and I use Harriet Tubman, who is our pioneer to the outdoors.
And the community has come together to help Coach Taylor, who opened a GoFundMe account in hopes to raise enough money to buy a van for her students, and she has surpassed her goal. Taylor says it's ironic to see this behavior at a park where the Black Lives Matter signs are prevalent at the entrance, and urges families to have conversations about inclusion and diversity at the dinner table, and for more outdoor businesses to hire black talent.
I live here. 2018. I'm a sublease, so you want to look my name up?
Yeah, but
That's
even
fine.
so, we don't, come on, we can't have any guests.
But I live here.
Residents can't have guests.
So how you just gonna let her in and automatically assume
Because I know.
that I don't live here?
Because I know everybody that lives here.
You don't know everybody that live here because I live here. Just because you ain't met me don't mean that I don't live here. And that's very rude of you to just assume that I don't live here. Is there a problem? Is there a reason that you just assume that I don't live here? A black woman doesn't live here, but you can let this white woman in and assume that she lives here. It is about that. Clearly, because you see three young women of color walk up to you, and we say that we're coming to the pool, and you stop us before we even get to the door to speak to anyone.
Since you haven't come in and done your paperwork.
I have done my paperwork. I've been living here since March, paying rent since March. So how are you going to tell me? You stopped me before I even get to the door to speak to anyone.
I said we don't have any.
The supervisor or something.
I'm giving you the email right now.
That's fine. I'm glad you write me because I can't believe I was racial profiled at my place where I live.
You weren't.
I was, because when a young black woman walks up trying to get in the pool, you tell her residents only, and you don't even know me. So I was.
You just assumed that she didn't live here because of what, man?
No, what reason did you assume that she didn't live? Because clearly we had to call to make an appointment to even walk up here. So clearly we already got the details of the people that's coming up here. But that's not the point. We're not talking about them. We're talking about me. How did you know that I didn't live here? How can you tell me that I don't live here? What about me makes you think that I didn't live here?
Because you have not been to the office.
Do I have to come to the office? Why? Why? If my paperwork was done. If y'all got y'all rent the whole time I've been here, why do you need to meet at the office? Why do you have to stop me but not stop the other young woman, the young white woman, when she walk in and tell her she can come here? Okay, I don't care. I don't care. But your initial assumption should not have been, oh, residents only. You don't live here.
You should ask, are you a resident? Why don't you ask, are you a resident first?
Which you did not do. Exactly. There's no more explanation needed, ma'am.
Sorry that you fucked up the first time. We just would like the email, and we'll talk to the supervisor on our own.
A woman caught on camera yelling racial slurs at a family from Charlotte. We want to warn you that while we have bleeped the language, this video is still jarring.
Touch me! You go to jail! Touch me!
We first showed you some of this video earlier today at noon. It was recorded in Asheville during a protest. New today at 5, our Elsa Gillis talked with the Charlotte family about a birthday celebration that turned into a verbal attack.
We're walking down the street and I hear a screeching voice in my ear behind me.
Aisha Sabor and her boyfriend Justin Johnson were in downtown Asheville for Justin's mom's birthday, heading to dinner as a group, when this woman started hurling racial slurs their way. Aisha says the woman, identified by Asheville police as Rachel Ruitt, then turned to nearby peaceful protesters, protesting in Pack Square for racial equality.
She saw the group that I was with and she started to target them and everyone else there as well, continuing to scream racial slurs. She used the N-word an amount of times I've never heard in my life.
That's when Justin's brother started to record this video.
You know, that woman, she was filled with such extreme hate, and that level of hate, and also the level of privilege as well, if you think about it, to be able to go up to a group, I mean, there was 5 of us, and scream such a derogatory word to us. And that video could have went a completely different direction. Should you hadn't showed as much restraint as you have, and myself as well.
Justin is referring in part to this piece of the video that Aisha says was directed at her.
You go to jail, touch me.
So her goal was to provoke violence, you know, from me so that she could weaponize the police department. She could weaponize the justice system against us. So I want to be very clear and intentional that I think that she knew exactly what she was doing.
As this video continues to go viral, Aisha says she wants this message clear.
I think that we have to recognize that racism in America is alive and well. And that while this was an isolated instance for me, it's not for people of color. It happens all the time. It's time for us to come together as a society and be actively anti-racist.
And according to Asheville police, a criminal summons was issued for Ruitt for disorderly conduct.
If it was your property, then why don't you come over there?
Find out right now.
If it was your property, why don't you come over there?
Is there a reason you have a
damn
firearm?
right I carry a mother gun.
And there's a reason you're using profanity.
Damn right I'm carrying a gun, because I'm a 35-year former Navy SEAL, and I was the head of the SWAT team in Hillsborough County. That's
In
right.
Hillsborough
Go look
County.
at my Purple Heart and take my tag. I'll find out if that's your property
Find
right
out.
now.
Find out.
And if it was your property, why didn't you walk over there? Because you're a lying mother. That's why. Nosy mother. If that's my property, I'd be over there saying, can I help you? Or what are you doing on my property?
Okay.
1281.
You said huh?
That's right, that's what you are.
Loving the language. Okay.
If it was your property, why wasn't you over there then? Grabbing my thing, you little.
Okay.
I didn't do anything illegal. If anyone did, you grab my property, you little punk.
Okay.
That's what you are, little. No wonder why you have.
Were you about to say black?
Because you act stupid.
Oh, that's why we get shot. So now it's racial too. Thank you. We heard the.
Hey, check this out. They fucking with me. Look, I got these crowns. They tell me, you want to pay for those, sir? Hey, who you talking to? Hey, ma'am, who you talking to? Who you talking to? I already paid for them. How many times you want me to pay for them?
I walked through the register. I watched you walk right out the door.
All right, let's go back in here and see about it. Let's go back in here and see about it.
Okay.
You want the merchandise? Do you want the merchandise? Here, you get it. Hold it. There you go.
Thank you.
Don't go nowhere with my shit. Come here.
Do you have a
What that
receipt?
receipt say? What that receipt
Sir,
say?
you didn't go to
What do the receipt say? What do this receipt say? Give me my damn food.
Jerry.
Man, give me my damn food. Man, the fuck wrong with you? Fucking Karen. We got a Karen in here. My shit paid for. Check your camera.
Yeah, we will check the camera.
Yeah, check
You
it.
didn't walk through the register, sir.
Check the camera. What happened, ma'am? Didn't I pay for my food?
Bought 2 and then walked out with those.
The hell you talking about?
You didn't buy nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Take that mask off. Let me see your face. We got a Karen over here. Did you ring this up? Did you ring these up?
Yep. You bought 2. Let's
Here, go right here.
back in.
Check your camera, man. Check your camera.
Yeah,
Check your
let's do
camera.
that. Let's check your vehicle.
Check your camera. What you say? Check my vehicle.
I think you're a thief.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you a bitch. How about that?
Can I get an amen?
Yeah. Little stink, bitch. Little stinky ass bitch. Hey, where the camera people at? Did I steal something? Y'all done ran the camera back already. Did I steal something? Did I steal something? And everybody in here that don't like what I'm doing, suck my dick. That's what you do. Everybody in here that think I stole something, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Pussy ass motherfuckers. I let y'all be around here. This shit won't be here next week. Fuck wrong with y'all?
Everybody, look, I'm being harassed by man of police with my son. I feel like my life is in danger. I'm not. I haven't broke any laws. I have not broke any laws. No, I'm not. No, I have my son. I feel like I know. I'm protecting my son. I'm protecting my son. I'm protecting my son. No, how am I making it worse on myself? No, you didn't want to talk. I talked to you already. You did not want to talk. Look at her reaching for her firearm. I'm walking away. Look at her reaching for her firearm. I'm walking away. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Brandon. Look at her reaching for her firearm. I'm walking away. Look at all these cops. Look at all these cops. Look at all these cops. Look at, I tried. Look at all these cops. Look at all these cops. I'm with my son. I'm not endangering nobody. My hands are in the air. Get away from me. Get away. Y'all are traumatizing my son. Get away. No. No. I am. I'm not bothering anybody. No, for what? Just stay right there. Y'all stay where y'all at. And I'm gonna stay. Come here, babe. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Y'all traumatizing. Look at my son. Look at him. Look at my son. He crying because he knows what's going on. Come here, Brandon. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. I know. I'm sorry. Daddy's sorry. But I refuse to let this happen. Today. Not today. I know. I know. Can y'all stay where? Can y'all see this? Can y'all stay where y'all? Thank y'all. No, no. Stay where y'all at. Please. Please. Yeah, come here, Brandon. Take a seat right here, baby. We already talked. We already talked. Hey, y'all make sure y'all watch this.
Can I explain
No, because this needs to be recorded. Whatever happened needs to be recorded. And I'm going to sit right in front of you. And we discussed that. I told you that somebody stole my plates. You left and came all the way back around to come back to mess with me and try to detain me. For what? While I'm working. Y'all watch this. I have no weapon. I'm not being threatening. I'm far enough away from them for them to not feel like their life is in danger. I have my son behind me. They're gonna have to kill me before they touch my son. I know we already went through that. So what is where's the next step? What is the next step? What's the next step? We already talked about it. You are scaring my son. Y'all are scaring my son. I have to explain to my kids every day why people that look like them are murdered in the streets by people that stare to serve and protect them. I explain this to my daughter, to my sons. Don't tell me I'm scaring my son. I'm protecting him. I'm not finna sit in my car and wait for you to come back to harass me while my baby's sitting in the car and for you to tell me you fear for your life because I'm moving around inside of my own vehicle, minding my own business, taking care of what I need to take care of to raise my kids. Don't tell me I'm scaring my kid. No, shut up. I don't want to hear that. Y'all not gonna blame us for y'all issues. Y'all not. It's not gonna happen.
What's your address? You got one more time, then I'll answer my question. I'll walk you
This
up.
car has
I'm
nothing
telling
to
you right
do
now,
with
you
him.
don't answer me. Stop.
Okay, I was just making
you
sure.
You don't have to know. I'll explain it to you in a minute. Hey, shut up. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm going to ask you again, and if you don't answer, I'm going to lock you up. All right. What's your address? 119. Okay. 8.
Oh, that's my boyfriend's brother.
That's your boyfriend's brother. Y'all here together?
No, I just brought him up here so he can get his check, and we're going back home.
Where's that at?
Well, I'll explain to you while we're here because he's not listening.
Okay.
All right. Look. All right, bro, look. All right, look.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your
He didn't do anything.
Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, all I'm saying is, put them behind your back. Put them behind your back. Put your hands behind my back. And all I'm saying is, I didn't do nothing wrong. I came to get my check. except obstruct when I got here.
What you mean obstruct? I never resisted. I never resisted. I have never resisted, sir. And it is in Villarica, man. Come on, you can look.
Wow, y'all gave him a bruise and everything already.
I know my right, bro.
I caught it, Mo. It's okay. I seen it twice.
About suspicious activity, man.
Suspicious activity? Where about?
They say they got someone.
View that camera. I told them what I was doing.
Oasis Signs right here next to the El Rodeo.
I told them what I was doing. I was waiting for my sister to Western Union me some money. I always go there and get Western Union, and they know me.
Hey, you got your ID on you?
Yes, I got my ID. What are you guys doing?
We're out here investigating suspicious activity, sir.
I'm not doing anything. I've been around cameras, so I ain't been doing nothing.
All right. So what were you doing over there at the Walgreens?
Waiting for Western Union. Call my sister right now. She's in Florida. You have a cell phone, call her. Don't
call
me
who?
like this. Call my sister in Florida. Don't do this. What are you doing? Oh my God! What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back
like you told.
Put your hands.
What are you doing? Oh Jesus! Oh my God! Oh please!
Put your hands.
I wasn't doing anything. Oh my God! Jesus! Oh my God! You broke my wrist. Oh my God!
Stop!
You broke my wrist. Oh my God!
Yeah, he might be broke.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Relax.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Oh, it's hurt! Oh my God!
Yeah, hold on, relax.
Please, sir! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh, it hurts!
I'm gonna take it off. Hold on.
We're gonna take it off.
Slide it up your arm.
Oh Jesus! Oh, it hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Please, sir! Please, sir!
I'm gonna take it off. I want you to relax.
Okay. Lay down. Okay.
Oh, sir! Put me over on my back.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in just a second, all right? One thing at a time. It's coming.
Do that in a second, okay?
It's coming.
What did you guys arrest me for?
You have a warrant for your arrest, please. Hey, this was the other guy. The guy with the warrants over there. Oh, what did you do? Huh? No, there's two different people. Because they pointed this guy out to me. Okay, I got it.
That's him?
No,
that's the other guy.
The other guy is over there. They pointed out two different people.
Okay.
They got the guy with a warrant. This guy, I had just got contact with him.
I thought this was wrong with the warrant.
No, that's why I was trying to. No, because there's two different people. That's why I was trying to figure out if I had missed something. He told him to put his hands behind his back. Because they pointed this guy out too. The people at the store pointed him out also.
Don't move your arm, okay?
Don't move your arm.
They didn't tell me something. I thought he was the one with the warrant.
No, well, I thought I had missed something. He told him to put his hands behind his back. That's why I thought I had missed something. Because it's two different people. Because they just pointed this guy out to me.
Who did? In reference to what?
Reference to whatever was going on over there. They said this is the guy, but apparently there's another guy over there too. Because a lady.
They wanted CT on him as well?
I don't know. I hadn't even asked. They just said right there.
I'm Antonio in 1607, the one that be calling about the witches all the time.
Now you trying to charge me with something. Because you assaulted me by grabbing. Don't grab me. For what?
Obstruction.
Obstruction of what? There's no investigation. You sit here telling me I need a bell on my bike. For what?
Illegal.
Get off me, man. Fuck off me, bro. Yeah. See this, right? They arrested me because I ain't got a bell on my bike. Put that on Instagram and everything. Get out of here, man. See, I wanted to ask
So you supposed to have a bell on your bike? I ride my bike with no damn bell. You supposed to have a
That's
bell
crazy. I ain't never seen that one or heard that one.
A bell on the bike.
That's bullshit.
That's crazy.
Got your driver's license on you?
Your location?
Stand by, parking lot. I think I gave a couple people a ride to a sandbar. All right. Well, that's not where you went the first time. And you're driving all over the road.
No, we come right here.
Well, no, you didn't. You went down the road. You went the wrong way, and you're driving all over the road, running the stop sign.
I gave him my phone.
All right.
All right.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Now you get arrested for it. What did you give her?
What'd you
She
give
just
her?
stuck it down
Come
the front
on,
of her
man.
pants.
I washed it, man. Come on. What you get?
Don't. Keep the bag. Step back. I'm gonna get a female officer. She's gonna search you, so you better just tell me what he gave you. Hey, back up.
No,
Get him. Get him in cuffs.
All right, turn around. Turn around. Hey, so what I do? What I do? What I do?
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! You wanna get shot? Get back! Get back!
Keep going.
Get back!
I didn't do nothing.
Put your hands behind your back.
My hands is here.
Put your hands behind your
Bro,
back.
y'all tripping, bro. Hey, no, down. No, tell me what charges.
Get back!
Get down. Get down.
Get back!
Put your weapon
Get back!
You see both of my
Get
hands.
back!
You see both of my hands.
Get on the ground!
You see both of my hands.
Get on the ground!
Put your weapon down. Arm.
Look at him.
I need units here now at Adventure Bay. Several parties have gunpoint. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! You're all under arrest! Get on the ground! Yes, you are! All of you! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! He's under arrest. Yeah. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now! All the way down on your stomach!
Don't touch me, I'm down.
Put your hands out!
That's earring. That's earring.
Leave it there!
Take it. It's earring.
All you had to do was listen.
No, all you had to do was be compliant, bro.
Stay there.
You're literally the problem that's going on in
Get him cuffed. Get all of them cuffed.
Get on the ground now.
Cuffs on everyone. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get him down. He's been fighting the entire time. Down on the ground now. Down on the ground. Stop resisting. I got cuffs. I got cuffs. Drugs down the front of her pants. So I'll get a female officer to search her.
I didn't shot you. How? I'm arrested.
No, drugs down the front of your pants that you stuffed there.
They scared. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. The police don't know.
Ah, y'all better step outside. Oh, he fighting her. Neil Center. Neil Center. Neil Center. Oh, she spit on him. She kicked him. Neil Center. I know my mom in real life. Where's Dio? He done. He done. He done. He done. Oh! Oh my God!
Stay down. Stay down. Yeah, keep his ass. The police get her like they do us. He started that shit. He showed did.
Damn! Oh my God! He need an ambulance.
All right, and we back on the forecast. Now, the reason they try to suppress stuff like this is because they know black unity is the black messiah. We are the generation that's going to get us over the hill and put our children in a good position to build their own and to be prosperous. But first, we have to put our petty differences to the side. To the dominant society, white supremacy is the code. And they will do anything to maintain their position. For them, they see it as survival. But we have to respond with more urgency to get out of this position that we are in. And far too often, instead of looking inward to ourselves, we look for non-existent allies, especially allies from the dominant society. Now, as a collective, we've let white women play both sides of the fence for far too long, to our detriment. But they thrive and keep this system going as much as anyone. We know that during slavery, white women was probably some of the most cruel slave owners. Their hatred and spite for black women was on full display. And they talk about rape culture, but I'm willing to bet that white women have raped far more black men than the other way around, despite the narrative of America. Of course, the great Ida B. Wells was the first one to break this down. She showed how white women were weaponized, calling it the lynch law. Now, of course, white women went along with it, and anything that happens, they know, well, I could just say a black man did it. But in reality, the dominant society in a lot of those cases knew the white woman was lying. It wasn't about that. It was about making sure that we had nothing. But do you think a white woman's gonna give up her role? But they still always found a way to weaponize themselves. And today they love to call Ida B. Wells just a feminist, and we would think about it in modern terms. But Ida B. Wells had no problem calling out their racism. In the 1920s, they literally used our struggle to give themselves the right to vote. Even though we really didn't have the right to vote because of things like the KKK. But white women said, if those colors can vote, then we demand the right to vote. Now, even though back then they were still coming to black women to help them with their movement, did they include black women in the benefits? Black women didn't get the full right to vote until the rest of us. And by the way, they still vote on whether we have the right to vote or not every 25 years. But then they came back with the second wave in the 60s, leading into the 70s, and started pushing that strong, independent woman don't need a man stuff while they married the whole time. And then on top of that, today, they benefit from the civil rights movement more than we do. And the group who literally has the majority and benefit with the dominant society still calls himself a minority and benefits off those things. But until there is no sentencing gap between black men and white women in prison, then I won't stop. Now, we all saw the video of that white woman pulling a gun out on a black mother, but let's find out what happened.
She got the gun on me.
Get away.
She got the gun on me. He about to hit me with the car. Call him. I'm telling. Get the license plate. Get the license plate. Get the license plate now. Because you were never about to hit me with the car. You hit me with the car? Both of y'all put the guns down on me, okay? Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now.
I got it. Don't you jump behind
Oh, no, I ain't jumping behind your car. What you doing? Your husband was hitting me. Do you see that? Do you see that? They both pointed that gun on me. He was trying to hit me with the car when I was going back. You seen that? And then when I hit his car, he wanted to jump out the car and pull a gun on me. That is crazy. Trump making it real comfortable. Call the police. No, don't go anywhere. Call the police. 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 You about to hit me with the car. These motherfuckers trying to hit me and then pull a gun out on me.
Tonight, a couple is charged for what you're seeing in this now viral video. A white woman pulling a gun on a black mother and her two daughters at an Orion Township Chipotle. The woman holding the gun and her husband went before a judge accused of assault. Mar McDonald is live at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. So, Mar, do we know what started all of this?
Well, Kimberly, here's the only thing that everybody can agree on here. That woman, Jillian Woostenberg, is walking out of the Chipotle with her food bag. Walking in is a mom and her two daughters. That's it. That's all anybody can agree on here. One of those teenagers walking in with her mom says that Woostenberg bumped her, and then it escalated from there.
Don't you?
Mom, stop moving. Stop, Mom.
This is 32-year-old Jillian Woostenberg at the end of what turned into a screaming standoff in the Orion Township Chipotle parking lot.
We see situations where the tension is very quick, people are on edge, and there's a quick acceleration to anger and sometimes physical violence. So I guess my plea is please let us all try to be that voice of calm.
Not a lot of calm on display during this entire encounter. It all started, according to the sheriff, when Woostenberg was leaving the restaurant and she's supposed to have bumped a black teenager who was going in with her mother and sister. The teen thought she was owed an apology, and it escalated from there.
You cannot just walk around calling white people racist. This is not that type of world. White people are racist.
A screaming meltdown in the parking lot, hurling accusations of racism. Woostenberg's husband gets out of their van.
Yeah, I said it. You say something, I'll beat your white.
Tonight, he's been charged as well and fired from his job at Oakland University after the school saw the video. The Woostenbergs try to leave, and you hear thumps. That's when Jillian Woostenberg gets out of the van and pulls the gun.
You gonna shoot me? Get the away. Oh!
Back here live. Tonight, both Woostenbergs have been charged with 1 count each of felonious assault. Both of them are CPL carriers. Both of them had their firearms out in the midst of this parking lot brouhaha. So both have been charged, both have had to give their guns over to the sheriff's department, and both go back to court on July 14th.
Now, first and foremost, understand if there's a problem, most times they're not going to try you unless they got a weapon or backup. And in most cases, unless they got both. And right now, they believe that they're standing up for quote-unquote white rights, or the right to keep us in our position. So a lot of them are getting armed and they're going out there looking for trouble. But this started after the white girl, Julian Woostenberg, bumped into this black woman's daughter as they were going into Chipotle. And of course, with that arrogance they have, she didn't apologize or nothing. She just kept going. But this sister and her daughter was demanding an apology, which turned into an argument. Now, when they was about to get her license plate, this white girl hopped out of the car with her gun and then cocked it and everything. And at some point, when the white boy got out the car, he pulled out his gun too. And you could see by the look on his face like he wanted to do something. But now they did get charged and they took their guns away. But look at how the dominant society will come together to protect her. They're going to say she was justified to pull out a gun. And some of them will say she should have shot him. And more of them will probably start doing the same. But whether she started it or she didn't, they will defend her at all costs. That's something that we have to learn. When it's time for us to defend ourselves, we have to have that same energy. In Indiana, a mob of white boys actually tried to lynch a brother while he was hanging out with all his white, quote-unquote, ally friends. Now let's see what happened to this brother.
Caught on camera, a reported racist attack on a black man by a group of white men in Indiana. The incident is under investigation after the alleged victim posted video of it on Facebook. Now, I want to warn you, the attack is hard to watch. As CBS News correspondent Jerika Duncan reports, police are looking into the claim that the men threatened to, quote, string him up.
Sean, let him go. I am not.
We're just trying to get out of here, guys.
A relaxing evening with friends turned violent after 5 white men allegedly attacked Vox Booker, a black man, and pinned him against a tree.
Please let him go. We're going to as soon as you let him go.
Booker, a civil rights activist in Bloomington, Indiana, said the men dragged him, beat him, and threatened to break his arms.
These men were on top of me, asking for a noose. They literally said the term noose. They yelled, leave the boy with us. I wasn't even a man, I was a boy.
No one invaded you, stupid liberal.
Booker says the confrontation began when the men accused him and his friends of trespassing. The men allegedly started yelling white power among other racial slurs.
What do you really want to call me?
Bloomington Mayor John Hamilton said he was horrified by the attack and acknowledges that racism still exists in his community.
These are really painful times. It's a painful episode.
On Monday, hundreds of protesters gathered around the Monroe County Courthouse to demand justice for Booker. But the peaceful demonstration ended in chaos after a car rammed into 2 people. One woman was taken to the hospital. No charges have been filed yet. Meanwhile, Booker is waiting for charges to be filed against his alleged attackers and says he's grateful for those who stepped in to save him.
I think The reason why I'm here today is because folks stopped being bystanders and they became active participants. And I hope that we continue to see that movement grow throughout our nation.
Officers did respond after Booker says he called 911 Saturday, but because no one was arrested, now people are calling for those officers to be suspended because they didn't take immediate action.
So this brother was out with his ally friends celebrating the 4th when our people were still enslaved. But they were going to a lake to watch a lunar eclipse, but then they got lost. Now, although this brother had all those allies right there, these 5 white boys skipped past all of them just to go attack the one brother that was there. They pinned this brother against a tree, threatening to break his arms. They were yelling slurs at him and beating him up. And then one of them said, "Give me a noose." Now, all his white friends were just standing there like, please, please get off him. We just want to leave. But they didn't really do nothing to try to break it up. But those white boys in the lynch mob started cussing them out, saying, "Leave the boy with us." And he kept calling them liberal. And I guess liberal is the new word for nigga lover. But now the FBI is talking about investigating the hate crime. They're going to stay on code and deny anything racial. Because there's no way white supremacy could exist in America. And even with video, do you think these white boys was arrested? They aren't going to arrest them. They're going to protect them. But some people did have a protest. But somebody ended up driving a car through the crowd, just like they did in Charlottesville. And do you think anybody was charged for that either? Because if you wait on somebody to give you justice and equality, then you don't really have it, because they can take it away anytime they feel like it. But then when we get fed up and decide to take justice for ourselves in our own hands, then is a problem.
Oh, boy, nigga, don't touch me, nigga. Don't touch me, nigga. Don't touch me, nigga. Don't quit touching me, nigga. Yeah, them bitches hurt, nigga. Them bitches hurt, nigga. Stop moving, nigga. I'm sorry, man. Them bitches hurt, nigga. Don't touch me, nigga.
This vicious assault caught on camera is now leading to severe charges.
Once we gathered the evidence and we saw the Macy's internal video, there was no doubt in my mind that a crime was committed.
Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton is charging 18-year-old Demire Palmer for assaulting a Macy's manager in Flint Township last week, saying the attack is a felony punishable by up to 10 years. He also says, despite rumors of the manager uttering a racial slur, that this was not the case, and believes that the attack was unprovoked.
Basically sucker punched the store manager from behind, knocked him to the floor. We have no evidence of provocation, of him uttering any racial slur whatsoever.
Layton says the individual recording the video, DeMarquay Palmer, is not being charged, determining at this point in time that no crime was committed. But he says the actions of Demire Palmer were unjustified.
Violence is never the answer unless you are in imminent danger of death or great bodily harm yourself or a loved one. Otherwise, there is no defense.
Now, you have to study your enemy and learn how they stay on code. They use incidents like this to get laws passed and build militias. So in this case, the white boy was in the store saying the word nigga, and these brothers heard him. So then that brother corrected him to make sure he don't do that again. Now the store, Macy's, talking about they investigated and said there was no proof he said the N-word. Now probably all they really did was just ask him, did you say nigga? And he said no. And that was the investigation. Now in this case, notice how quick they arrest and charge this brother. And you know the dominant society is calling for the harshest charges. They even want the brother that was recording to be charged. Now look how they respond to an ass whipping. What do you think our response should be to getting murdered? The DA said violence is only necessary when you're in danger. But we are in danger. And we are the ones that fear for our lives, so we had to protect ourselves. Because we have to realize we are prisoners of war and there's always imminent danger around the corner. That's why we don't have any other choice but to put our tribal differences to the side, get on code, and do what we have to do. Because at the end of the day, we are all we got.
Untouched.
Right here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Stop.
Bitch, I'll whoop your motherfucking ass, nigger ass bitch.
You gonna make it work for every...
Try it. Try it.
Leave it alone.
Try it.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Go put your wig back on. That's the only time you look decent.
With or without?
With or without.
without, bitch,
With
whatever.
or without?
You look like a whole ass man.
With or without?
A whole ass monkey ass man. Okay, monkey. All right, monkey.
Why is she a monkey?
And that's why your daughter is half of it, stupid trick.
Okay, monkey.
Because she's
Bye,
black.
monkey.
Because
Bye,
she's
monkey.
black. Because she's black.
Bye,
Just
monkey.
leave it alone, Kay.
Bye, monkey. Bye, monkey. Go
Cool.
put your wig on. Stupid bitch.
Damn, bro.
I will have people come over here and get you killed, so don't try me.
No,
so he decided to get on my
and that's
face
a
and
threat,
cuss
and
me
you
out.
could go to jail for a threat.
Bitch, you'll get killed too, so shut up.
And that's
so
a
shut
threat.
up.
All I have
so
to do,
shut
that's
up.
a threat.
You'll get killed, so
That's
shut
a
up.
threat.
I'm at
That's
his
a
house
threat.
right
I'm
now.
not scared.
I'm at his house right now.
That is a threat.
I know we're not scared.
That is
I
a
tried to be
threat.
nice to let Malik see Eliana, and they want to act
That
like
is a threat.
like the niggas they are.
That's a threat. I don't care how you call me all the niggas in the world. Your daughter is half of it.
Bye.
I don't give a fuck.
Go inside your house then. Your little broke ass house. Go inside.
I don't know. I don't.
Go home. Okay? We expect that of Amy's. We expect that. We expect that. Of course you are. That's what you know. He did not.
Yes, he did.
No,
You're his spouse. Yeah, could I please get a 44 Norman Road? I need a call.
Wow. This is what she's been waiting 2 years to do this. She's been waiting 2 years to do this.
Pushed me off his property.
She's been waiting 2 years to do this to us. She's been waiting 2 years for this.
Are you crazy?
This is Susan that lives on Marion Road in Montclair.
In this climate right now, you're especially not supporting members of our community here who pushed me 10 feet.
No, I watched
Because they're saying he didn't.
I didn't put my hands on you, woman.
Are you kidding me? Just because I came over here alone, I should have brought my son.
No, are you threatening us with your son? Are you threatening us with your son? No. Ain't nobody put their hands on you.
No one put your hands on. He put his hands on me.
hands
I asked you to please leave.
No, because you're attorneys, you know what to do.
Exactly. So please walk away from our property. Go away. Go.
Okay, just let her so our kids don't have to see the police, please. Please just go inside with them.
That's really crazy. There are witnesses here, and they're not the only lawyers around right now, and I believe these witnesses. He was angry. She was pushing him back. No, she was pushing me.
Sorry, guys.
Without a mask.
Mm.
Oh, my God. Don't come
On you.
without a mask.
Go get a mask.
Could you please stop recording?
No, no. This is for the people, so they can see. Even in Montclair, what we are living with. Even in Montclair, for 2 years, Susan from Marion Road has been harassing us for 2 years.
God, I have not. Prove that, please. You're an attorney. You know you have to prove that in court. Just because you said it doesn't mean it's true. Oh, right. And just because you say it doesn't mean you did hear it. Oh, my God. It's crazy, guys. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy that you didn't even see what happened.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Not again. A white woman calls 911 on her black neighbors for what seems like no legitimate reason. The confrontation started when she accused the couple of not having a permit to build a small patio in their backyard in Montclair, New Jersey. The neighbors told her to leave their property, which is when she called 911 and claimed she'd been pushed.
Who pushed me 10 feet?
I didn't put my hands on you, woman.
Other neighbors watched the confrontation unfold, and when cops got there, they explained the husband didn't push anyone. Police left, but the neighbors got so upset, they descended on the woman's house to protest her actions. Fareed Hayat is a law professor. His wife, Narinda, is also a lawyer. They spoke at a news conference in front of their home.
To weaponize the police as she tried to do and use the police to somehow enforce her desires, it is white supremacy.
The black couple who had the police called on them by their white neighbor live here. Their neighbor right behind them. Fareed and Narinda Hayat tell me today that they actually got a letter from their neighbor apologizing for her actions and for calling the police.
Matters. All lives matter, you black and twisted, crazy person.
There you go. Let her talk. Let her say whatever she wants to say.
What are you going to do?
Say whatever
What are you going to do?
Say whatever you want to say.
I'm going to cry.
No, say whatever you want to say.
Don't tell her shit. I didn't say a word. I'm standing here. How's it going?
You need to move your ugly
but you're not going to settle it like this. You're not going to settle it by shooting police officers, spitting in cameras, blah, 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 on and on and on and on.
Say it again. Say it again. You said what? No, she's lying. She's lying. He wasn't doing that. Hate you. He just got it up there. You're a liar. Stop. You're a liar. You're a liar. White lives matter, sister. White lives matter. White lives are better. White lives matter.
You motherfuckers say.
USA. Fake ass nigga. You have not been to the Niger, the country where people are mixed and they come from the east and the west and the north and the south. You better call the police, because I said nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, 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 and nigga, and nigga, and nigga, and nigga. Repeat it, repeat it. Let's make some raps for the niggas. Let's make some raps for the niggas. I want to hear you rap, motherfucker. I want to hear you rap, motherfucker. You prove yourself a nigga. You're not a nigga. You're a fake ass nigga. Can we concentrate on our task? Because it's really important that we do this. And it's really important. It's really important that you record it so you get some publicity.
Oh, don't worry. This is all for Kenton. I'm not trying to post this anywhere. It's all for Kenton and his security.
I don't give a damn what you do.
I don't give a damn what you do either, man. To be quite honest.
You need to do your eyebrows.
I've been trying to do my work, and this was a misunderstanding on your part.
I'm sorry that you need to do your eyebrows. It's a misunderstanding on your part.
You can attack my looks.
Oh my God, it's racial.
I said you can attack my eyebrows.
We are coming for the police. You have to draw on your brow. You don't understand. I have a mustache and a beard, motherfucker. Oh my God, these poor guys. They really have to suffer through this. It's injustice. It is an injustice. These guys are so stupid that they cannot make it through life. They can't get the metro stop. They cannot get Uber.
You're interrogating me then. That's not what I asked you. I asked you your name. Margie, nice to meet you. Why are you asking me about the picture? Yeah. Why did you ask me if you know?
Why?
Margie, have a nice day.
Get out.
Let him walk.
How are you following me and telling me to get out of here?
Then we're gonna talk.
We're not going to talk. You're going to go do your thing, and I'm going to do my thing.
No.
That's the way it works. Have a nice day.
You don't do that.
Do you guys see this?
I do.
Recording.
I sure do see it.
Oh, you're having a problem with this?
Yeah, just let this guy walk down the street. He's not bothering you.
Come here.
I don't want to come here.
This is the America we're talking about, Margie. Have a nice day.
Karen, you're not going to sit there and flip me off. You flipped me off.
Sir.
You don't touch me. Do not touch me.
Sir,
you flipped me off.
Black husband.
I don't care. Why did you flip me off?
You are totally calling me
Karen.
something that I'm not.
Ma'am, don't touch me. Do not touch me. Did you, ma'am, did you or did you not cuss me? Did you not? Did you flip me off?
You don't understand.
Why did I get flipped off?
You don't understand.
Why did I?
You're attacking
Ma'am,
me.
I'm
You don't understand.
Karen, are you okay?
I understand what happened.
Can you explain to me calmly?
No, because you're attacking me right now.
I'm not attacking you. Ma'am, you flicked me off.
You're ready to take it.
Guys, this is her license plate number. She lives here. This is her address.
This is not true. No.
Karen, you flipped me off.
No,
you cut me off and flipped me off, and now you're playing the victim. Ma'am, would you like to calm down?
No, you're attacking me right now without even.
Guys, she flipped me off. She literally flipped me off, and then she tried to come home. She's Karen. Karen, would you like to calm down and have a conversation? Why you? Am I attacking her? Ma'am, I'm not attacking you. You flipped me off, and you thought you could get away with it. You didn't think I would find you.
I will talk to you if you will stop. Oh my God.
She can apologize for calling me a nigger and flipping me off. I'm trying to talk to you. My name is Carlos. Would you like to speak to me? This is what we get. Ma'am, why are you sitting here crying? What have I done to you? Ma'am, what have I done to you? So you can go around the city and flip people off and cut me off. So you didn't flip me off. Ma'am, I'm trying to let you talk. Do you know her? You cannot sit. She literally flipped me off. She cut me off. I have it on camera. She flipped me off 3 blocks away, and then she slammed on her brakes. I have it on my Instagram. And then I got on my car and I was like, ma'am, why are you following me? Why? She literally followed me. So then I followed her back home. And I said, ma'am, why are you harassing me? Ma'am, listen for about what? Can I speak to you? Ma'am, if you didn't do anything wrong, why can't you just have a conversation? Then why did you flick a black man off and then when I tried to speak to you? So when I got out of my car and tried to speak to you, did you not back up and not speak to me? Exactly. So you know what, ma'am? So you're so afraid of a camera, but you're flicking black people off. So why are you driving aggressively flicking people off? So why are we here? Why are we here? So I spend my day. She literally, I'm finna go home, but she literally. I'm not even doing anything to her. I'm trying to. You did it. Yeah. She did it. I saw her. You saw it. I'm gonna walk away. Did you see her do it? I saw her do it. I'm gonna walk away.
But you need to leave.
I know, but this is not fair for me because now she's playing the victim when she victimized me. She victimized me.
You're not gonna get anything out of it. We just have to walk away.
I know. What's your name, sir?
Tony.
I'm Carlos.
Hi.
Just kind of let you know what happened.
I understand.
She was driving aggressively. She flipped me off.
I was down there. I saw the
whole thing. You saw it.
She whipped around and then followed him back here. She started the whole thing.
So I'm gonna de-escalate it, but I just wanted to be known that she started this, and then now she's afraid that I came back around.
She's beyond control at this point.
So I'm gonna just walk away. But thank you. You said your name was Tony.
Tony, yeah.
I'm Carlos, but this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable.
Well, she's beyond reasonable at this point. We just have to walk away.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. We in Springfield when we get off this fucking plane, bitch. And then I want to see you say that out there.
Oh, I packed too. You packing?
I don't give a fuck, yeah.
Whoa.
That's what I do for fun, bitch. You ain't know that? What the fuck is you talking about? Don't never threaten me, bitch. Wait, hold on. Bitch, what the fuck you mean you packing, bitch? Don't ever threaten me. You done lost your fucking mind? Fat, ugly bitch. Don't be talking to my kid like he a grown up.
I need you to stay quiet.
My son got sensory issues, yo. He's not right. He's dragging on my son like that, like he's just.
White lives matter too.
Alright, ma'am.
Shut the fuck up. Hey, get her off the plane.
Bro, I don't want to fly with that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
You guys chill.
Get her off the plane.
I do, and I feel it's discrimination.
This is Poolside Karen.
It is discrimination. I have a room here, and I told her that, and And I told, no, and let me explain my side to you. She called you, officer, and she called you here. So y'all both here harassing me. Why have my children in the pool? It was other people in the pool. She said nothing to them. Okay? My room. Where's my proof? This is my proof. Okay? This is my proof.
Of the Hampton Inn.
So why do I have to tell you what room I'm in? What did I do wrong? This lady here is discriminating me. That is not true. That is not true. You asked me what, I don't have to tell you. I have a key to get it and I can show you that it worked. Why do you need to know what room I'm in?
Boss tells me to make sure people are in room.
I have a room here. I don't need to give my name. I didn't break the law.
As a matter of fact, right now, since we've been called out here, we got a certain amount of paperwork we have to do.
I don't have to give my name.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I do not. I don't have to give my name. I don't have to give my identity. I did not break the law. I know the law. You didn't say anything to the man and the lady. You said nothing. You said nothing to them. So I'm here with my kids on business. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
In Williamston, North Carolina.
I'm here on business. So they're running my license plate. This officer here told the other officer to run my license plate. So because I'm the only black person here in this pool, they want to question me.
Harassing guests of the hotel and calling the cops. According to the Root, Anita Williams-Wright had to prove she actually rented a room. As she goes on to explain, there were 2 Caucasian people at the pool who were not questioned, and that the employee said to me, "Oh, because it's always people like you using the pool unauthorized. Who is people like me?" she said in the video.
You don't gotta know. I hoop here. I live here. I live here.
What house?
I live here. I can hoop wherever I want. This is public.
What house?
We live here. Hey, we live here. We live here. We live here.
What?
You don't need to see. We live here. It don't matter. Why you messing with us? Because we black. We live here.
I am a Normandy Park homeowners
I live.
Association
Okay, and I live here.
board member.
I
What
live
is your
here.
last
Why are you
name?
yelling at me?
What is
Why you
your-
laughing? Why
because
you
you're
yelling?
at me.
I ain't
What is
yelling.
your
I'm
last name?
I'm keeping it calm.
What is your last
Why you in my
name?
face?
What is your last
Look at
name?
you. Hey, get the fuck out the way.
What
For
is your
real.
last
Hey, we up, man. We up, man. Tell them what the fuck. Man, get your old ass on. Fuck. Niggas live here. Call the police. Call the police. Look, I'll wait till they get here on my mama. I'll sit right here. Real shit, I'll sit right here till they get here. I live in Normandy Park, you dumbass bitch. The fuck wrong with your dumbass? You can't listen. You ain't listening. You stupid. You not listening. You just racist. You just talking out your fucking neck. We live here. You sound dumb as hell. Let us fucking move. Get the fuck out the street. You shut up, bitch. Move. Fuck wrong with you? Call the police, cause we live here. We hooping. You shut the fuck up. You came up here talking to us, bitch. Get the fuck on. The fuck wrong with this dumb asshole? You racist because we are hooping. We live here. We don't have to fucking tell you. We don't have to tell you. That's what I'm saying. You lucky I ain't driving. I'll run your ass. Nigga, you get ran the fuck over. Call them. Call them. I'll stand here till them niggas get here and we gonna be like, yeah, I live here. Just like that.
What's your address?
216 suck my dick lane, ho. 216 suck my dick lane.
What's your address?
Tell the police come here.
What's your
Tell the
address?
police come here. 216 suck my dick.
What's your address?
And tell them niggas come here and get me. Fuck, get the fuck out the way before we can leave. You dumb. Look, this is a racist ass Karen. Look at her. Oh, look at her. Hey, look at bitch. Hey, this hoe about silly. Go around her dumb ass. Look at you.
In the apartments?
Huh?
They have to be here with the homeowner.
No, we is a homeowner. I live here.
I've been asking.
You don't have to know. You shouldn't have came up the street on that hot shit. Now you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. You gonna you never gonna know where I live now. Ever. Ever. And they not gonna know where I live either. Yo, dumbass. Look at your dumbass. Look at you.
Just came to play basketball.
Look at you.
Listen,
You're
you
mad.
know him. You knew him. Listen.
You know yourself.
Listen.
Listen
to your pop.
Hey, tell this hoe. Hey, look at this hoe. Yeah. Put your stupid ass on, you dumb. Look at you. Tell the police come up here. Look at your stupid ass walking down the street. Go put on some shoes, dirty asshole. Bitch. Racist bitch. Look at your old ass. Shut the fuck up. Dirty bitch. The fuck, don't ever put your hand in my face again, ho. Shut your old ass up, bitch. Call the police. Hey, make sure you don't put your hands on my husband. Make sure you don't put your hands on my husband. Make sure you don't put your hands on my husband.
I'm white.
What does white have to do with it?
Roll out. I'm not.
Roll out.
What does you being white have to do with it?
Fucking black.
Call the police, bro.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Get up out of here.
What does you being white have to do with any of it? I just want to know that. That's what I want to know. What does you being white have to do with any of it?
I'm tired of disrespectful shit from you.
No, it's because earlier you said something about get this for me, nigga. And you don't talk to a black man like that, for real.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, you don't say that.
I don't see nigga being nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I'll give you $100.
To him, it has a problem. And you giving him $100 has nothing to do with it. You can't give a black man $100 just for you to say the word nigga. He doesn't want you to say that to him. So him as a man, respect that. That's my husband, and you walking up on him.
Okay.
You walking up on him would have got your ass knocked the fuck out.
Okay.
So all he was saying was, don't be disrespectful. You went to your car and said, fuck you, fuck that, fuck that. So he said, make this the last time you come up here. You don't got to get out of your car and run up to him and say, I'm white. I'm white. You being white ain't got shit to do with nothing.
So now go
bye. Go get in your car and drive. Do whatever you want to do.
Please leave. It's either leave or I'm gonna call the police.
My son is
Man,
black.
leave.
It doesn't matter.
Man, leave.
That doesn't matter. But you coming up here trying to pull your white privilege, saying I'm white, has nothing to do with it.
Coronavirus going on.
Yeah, stupid motherfuckers. Yeah, yeah. You're the one that started it. You're the one that started it. I'm white. I don't give a fuck if you're white, bitch. My mom is white, and you being white has nothing to do with it. Yeah, let him be a nigger. I bet you won't get out your car. Get out your car and call him a nigger. Get out his car, you white trash bitch. You white trash bitch. Get out your car and call him a nigger. Get out your car and call us a nigger. Get out your car and call us a nigger. Get out your car and call us a nigger. Get out your car. No, get your white ass out your car and call me a nigger to my face. Get your white ass out your car and call me a nigger to my face.
Come on.
Call me a nigger to my face. Call me a nigger to my face. Not in your car driving away, bitch. No, get out your car. Get out your car. That's what I thought, bitch. You white trash, bitch.
Tonight, Fort Bragg soldier Diamante Ugbigia was visiting a friend here at Kings Cross Apartments. He gets out his car and hears a woman hurling racial slurs for all to hear.
This is video Ugbigia recorded from his cell phone. He walked a building over to where the woman was, and this is what he saw. A man trying to calm the erratic woman enough to get her back inside her apartment. She turns to Ugbigia, and here's what happened next.
You get the back down. I don't want anything to do with you. Don't report.
No.
Oh, you better kill that.
Hey, just stop calling that. Let him go. Just go inside. Look, we can talk.
I will never black person ever in my life. Get the down. And he's like taking a picture of me right now.
Because you're being ridiculous.
No, because he's stupid.
Kings Cross Apartments saying they are terminating the woman's lease after watching Ugbigia's viral video, saying they have zero tolerance policy for that kind of behavior. Ugbigia saying her actions does not represent the American values he swore to defend.
I got deployed to Afghanistan, so me coming home from Afghanistan, serving my country, to come home to someone saying they hate me based off my skin color was the number one thing I was mad about. I was like, you don't even know me, like you don't know if I'm in the military, what I did in Afghanistan or anything. So for you to come at me saying you hate me and I'm stupid, it was like, okay, you know what I mean?
In the next hour, the action Ugbigia says he's now planning to take against the woman.
Fucking dick right next to his ape fucking wife. Barack Obama's fucking ape wife. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nigger ape. Nigger ape. You fucking nigger apes. What's the matter, you nigger apes? What's the matter? You got time to fucking do your hair? What's the matter? You got time to do fucking pink ass fucking air, you nigger Obama fucking ape.
Hey, who grandmama this is? Bruh. Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh shit! Man, call the people that woman, son. Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. It's This fucking I Am Legend.
That bitch trying
She's doing the same shit. She's doing the same shit. What the fuck? What?
This is very funny. But you still need to go.
I'm dying. Hello?
I went locked down the door. Nobody got
You got a Rona?
You need to go home.
Man, hello? That Iron Legend. The Iron Legend. You never seen the movie? Yo, mom. Baby girl. Who the fuck is baby girl? Hello?
He just called
Hello?
me that.
Hello? Anyways.
What? Go home. What are you doing?
Do-do-do. What a white woman at? Might be the one. Might be the one. Oh man.
This is why I don't come out.
I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life.
Oh, I know that one. That one hurt. That one hurt.
That put her up. With your stupid ass.
Look, her head's already bleeding.
Damn crazy.
Look at the top of her head.
Damn crazy.
Oh my God.
That's blood on the top of her head? For sure.
It is. I want to go check her.
You hate to see it, boy. Out of here. Stupid ass.
I'm not going to look
Man, you got sanitizer in your hand?
Good old see the town crackheads.
I'm not a goddamn crackhead, motherfucker. I have my own goddamn business.
Okay.
I have my own fucking crackhead.
What's your name?
Run some more fucking stop signs, you piece of shit.
Alright.
Motherfucker, I'm warning you.
I ain't touching you, so go ahead. I wish you would.
Will not be coming here any longer. So
Okay.
can we speak to your other manager then too? Can you
Who's
ask him the manager?
who's above you? Who's
The person that's above me is not here.
Okay.
Who is that? What's the phone number?
His phone number?
Mhm.
I don't know his phone number off the top of my head.
Okay, but do you have it on your phone?
No, I do not.
Okay. So if something happened to the store right now and you had to get a hold of him, how would you do that?
Look for his number.
Okay, let's go look for his number.
Why?
Because we're going to talk to him.
What do you need to talk to him for?
Because we don't feel safe coming here any longer, and we're letting him
you
know
don't
that.
feel safe coming here?
To eat? Correct.
Okay.
So
Well, that's great.
Okay, so let's find the number for him, please.
No, I'm not going to help you find his number.
Say sleepers?
Sleep is for the rich gun club.
Why are you guys out here with guns?
Why not? Those guys came on Sunday and they tried to intimidate some innocent women, ladies.
Women.
Unarmed men.
There go one of them right here.
There go one of them right there. Just post up right there. Just people right there. We came out here because those guys came out here trying to intimidate those girls, and they thought that they were gonna have it easy. But one phone call was made, and the whole and everybody came down here armed. No bullshit.
And Louisiana is a total gun state.
Yeah, it's an open carry state, so that's open carry. So that's why we out here.
Who came out here this weekend? Who are you talking about?
The Confederates. You watch the news, right? What station you with?
KTBA.
KTB. Oh, y'all ain't keeping up with that?
No,
I bet. So anybody that keeps up with the news, you should know what went on this weekend. You should know. Don't start paying attention whenever we respond to stuff. Alright? Don't start paying attention whenever we start responding. Hey, big dog, hold on. Don't start paying attention whenever we start responding to stuff. The time to pay attention is not when the oppressed people decide to respond to the oppression. You heard me? The time to be caring about race relations is when it's going down. Don't wait. Why are we still having to come out here and fight over a monument that from people who fought against our country, bro? Y'all don't understand the hypocrisy in that? And then you want to ask why we out here protecting these people? It's about good versus evil, that's why. If you claim to be a white ally and you stand with black people, that's cool. We appreciate that. But it's about good and evil, bro. And if you know what's right, you need to get off your high horse and you need to come down here. And if you're in the black community, Like I've been saying all day. If you call yourself a tough guy, if you've never had a club fight, if you ever been in Coco's and had a club fight or any of these nightclubs, Sandbar, Phoenix, give me another one. Where we at? If you could go into a nightclub and be ready to punch something down, you need to come down here and be ready to punch something down for your people and for the right cause. And we starting the gun club. We getting every eligible person of color their gun rights. We gonna make sure that they know their gun rights. We gonna make sure that damn near every eligible person of color got their concealed carry permits. Any brothers that may have felonies, we working with attorneys right now, and we gonna help y'all get y'all felonies cleared off your record. So y'all boys can feel safe about protecting yourself.
All right, and we back on the forecast. Now, we always talk about staying on code, but it's time to put it in action. The code is defending each other. The code is giving each other the benefit of the doubt. The code is believing the black man's ice is colder. The code is unity. And if we can't agree on not want to see our children continue to be slaughtered or be slaughtered ourselves, then I don't know what it's going to take to put our differences to the side. Because we have to unite and do what we have to do. And right now, we can take the most successful black business people, put them on a committee strictly to fund and help grow black businesses. But make sure they stay transparent and they do what they say they're going to do, because they will try to infiltrate it. But we can all contribute to it, whether it be $1, $100, $1 million. And we'll have funds to be able to put black businesses in our neighborhoods so we can support them. And in return, they can hire us and we can recycle our dollars. And once we build an economy, we can build institutions. Institutions to teach our children about ourselves and about our enemy. Institutions to help protect us from people outside of the community and inside the community. But right now, in this time, we have to watch ourselves because they're looking for an issue. They're looking for trouble. And we can't get caught slipping, because the point is to have no more casualties. Because we had too many. Because we're all we got. And we have to do what we have to do to get out of this position. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.